The purpose of this video is to show how to name cells and to use those named cells in formulas. We're going to use this ratio analysis spreadsheet to demonstrate that. So let's begin by going to the balance sheet, which exists on another tab in the same workbook. And I'm going to click on the cell that contains the value for current assets, and I want to name that cell current assets, and I'll name it current assets 06. So I'm going to click on the formulas tab on the menu bar and then select define name, and I'm going to type in the name that I want to give this cell. So I'm going to call it CURR underscore assets underscore 06, and you can pretty much name it anything you want as long as the name hasn't been used already in this workbook. And you can see that it's going to refer to the cell where my cursor was before I started the defining the name, which is the balance sheet tab, cell I-19, and I'll select OK. And notice now in the upper left hand corner that the name box shows current assets 06. If I click on any other cell, that box is going to show just the cell address, but if a cell has been named, the name will pop up. Here you can see that another cell has been previously named. I named this one net accounts receivable 06. But if the cell hasn't been named, then all you're going to see in the upper left hand corner here is just the cell address. Alright, so let's do another one. Let's name the current liabilities for 06. So I'm going to click on the cell that has the value for current liabilities. And again, I'm going to make sure I'm on the Formula tab, click on Define Name, type in Current Liability 06, and click OK. And now you can see that that cell has been named Current Liability 06. Alright, now I'm going to go back to the Ratios tab. And in the cell where I want to actually calculate the current ratio, I'm going to type an equal sign. And now instead of having to go back and refer to the cells, I can come up to the Formulas tab. I'm going to click on Use in Formula, and it gives me a list of all the cells that I've previously named in this workbook. And there's the current assets 06 that I just named, so I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to type the divided by sign. And now I'm going to click on Use in Formula again and select Current Liability 06 and hit Enter. And now in that cell, it's taking the current assets, the value that resides in that cell that we named Current Assets 06, and dividing it by the value that resides in the cell that we named Current Liabilities 06. So this is a very quick and easy way to do a formula based on values that are in another worksheet in the same workbook without having to flip back and forth between worksheets. So let's do one more formula here. So this one is going to be the accounts receivable turnover, which we're calculating as net sales divided by average net accounts receivable. So I'm going to say equals, click on Use in Formula, begin with net sales 06, type a divided by sign. And now in the denominator, I'm going to put in parentheses the average of, use in formula, I want net accounts receivable 05, comma, net accounts receivable 06, end parenthesis. So that demonstrates how to name a cell and how to use that named cell in a formula.